I don't want to just be yell at the sky, be angry at the clouds sort of guy. Have I thought about a solution? Yes. And this would be better for everybody involved. The schedule that I just discussed is not good for players, is not good for coaches, is not good for fans, is not good for folks in the media, is not good for the overall health of the sport to keep it on people's minds. So here's what I would do. And I didn't even mention, actually, I forgot to mention this part. If the transfer portal is the same time next year as it was this year, it would run from the 1st to the 15th. So it would open, most likely, the day that you're playing 3 quarterfinal football games, and it would close the day that you're playing a semifinal game and be open for the 2 weeks in between. That's the calendar equivalent for January 2027. So, got my trusty calendar up here. Start the regular season a week earlier and make sure that you can get to conference championship weekend and play it the first weekend in December. That would be December 4th and the 5th, because some play on Friday and some play on Saturday. That is your conference championship weekend. Then, by the way, you do not, and I am not advocating for, nor will I ever, you do not need to just abandon bowl season. Because obviously that's part of the problem. That's part of the discussion as to why this can't be done in a better fashion is that, well, they've got to play the bowl games and, well, you don't need to get rid of them. They can be played at the same time. There was a day this year in the playoff where you had 3 or 4 bowl games, which were all very fun matchups, by the way. Michigan-Texas was one of them. I think Iowa-Vanderbilt was one of them. And then the nightcap was one of Miami's playoff games. I believe it was Miami-Ohio State. So these two things can coincide perfectly fine. We can watch college football bowl games as an appetizer and then enjoy the main entree, and we can all understand the difference between a bowl game and a playoff game. So conference championship weekend is the 5th and the 6th. For some teams, that might be a week off, which is your benefit for making the college football playoff. Selection Sunday would therefore be December 6th. All games need to be played by that point in time. Then you would start with your first round games on December 12th. And this is keeping the 12-team playoff, which I think is a couple teams too many, but there are fun components to it, so I'm rolling with it here. I'm not proposing my ideal number of teams in the college football playoff. On the weekend of December 12th, you are playing first round games. If you want to split them up between Friday and Saturday, I really don't care. 11th and 12th, that is when you are playing your first round games. Now you've got the field down to 8. Then, wait for it, I'm not going to suggest taking a 2 to 3 week break in the calendar. Apparently this has to be said because people making the decisions don't understand why this is a problem, which it is. It is not good for anyone. In this time, by the way, there is no early National Signing Day. There is no early portal window. Nothing. That all gets sorted out after the season. Coaches should not be able to move. Players should not be able to move. You can interview. You can have discussions. You cannot actually leave. You cannot enter the portal during this time. So December 12th is your first round playoff games. Now you've gotten the field down to 8. Those are played on campuses. The weekend of December 19th are your 4 quarterfinal games, which, by the way, I would also like to be played on campus. And if you need to play the quarterfinal games on campus to incentivize the bye system that has been set up and play the high-profile bowl games in the first round, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, Lord Farquaad, that I am. I'm not Lord Farquaad. I'm Sid from Toy Story. Everybody knows that. So I'd rather they both be played on home campuses. But if that has to happen, I'd be willing to have that discussion. So the 12th is when you play your first round games. The 19th is when you play your quarterfinal games. Now you have 4 teams left and you're going into Christmas weekend. Yes, this is a reality of playing and working in sports. Not everybody gets to celebrate the holidays at the same time. See, the NFL and NBA for my entire life. Mostly the NBA, but now the NFL has taken that over as well. You play these games Friday, you can play them Saturday. I could not care less. You play your semifinal games, probably at neutral sites, the following weekend, and you just keep the college football momentum going. You keep it on everybody's psyche. And then the following week, on January 1st, New Year's Day, at the Rose Bowl, every year is the national championship game. Done. Look how easy that was. Look how easy that was. Then, after you play the national championship game, then for 2027, the portal would not open for a week. I know, I'm crazy. I've got blasphemous ideas here. Everything needs to settle down. During that time, players can be contacted. They can announce they're going in the portal, but the transfer portal will formally open on January 8th. Again, no signing day during this time. I want to separate the things. Open the portal on January 8th. Open it for however long you see fit. The current status quo is 2 weeks. If that's what works for coaches and that's what works for the courts, saying that you're giving players enough time, okay, it's open for 2 weeks. But we let the season kind of settle down. You've got all the fallout and discussions and reactions and all that stuff. And from the 8th to the 22nd, the portal is open. And coaches can move. At that point in time, everybody can go. It's the off season. It's an actual off season. The portal closes on the 22nd. There should be a window, by the way, for both players and coaches to move. Should probably be around the same time. Hopefully you haven't lost coordinators for teams that have made a run through the college football playoff. And then I'm taking National Signing Day. I'm not having it in December at any point in time. Put it back in February. Let the attention shift to high school recruiting, which, yes, still matters tremendously, and allow coaches and staffs and players to be able to put all of their energy into that and have it be, we can negotiate a date. Mid-February, let's say. Somewhere around that time. So that you have 2 clear, distinct, and not overlapping talent acquisition windows. End of rant. That's how I would fix college football. Is anyone going to listen? I don't know. I know some people are listening to this segment right now. Are the right people listening? That's what we've got to find out. So, that's how I'd fix college football. Just make it really simple. It's the old Moneyball line. It's not that hard, Scott. Tell them, Wash. It's incredibly hard. Apparently, it's incredibly hard. But that's how I'd like the schedule to go. Leave your thoughts in the comments below or shoot me a message. Appreciate everyone listening. I'll see you next time. Until then, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.